Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So the Warhammer community site has just put out an article. It's called 5 Things You Need to Know About AdeptiCon Warhammer Preview. For those of you who are not aware, AdeptiCon will be happening in March. We're not that too far away now, and apparently it's going to be the biggest Warhammer preview they've ever done. So let's jump in, let's go through the article, and let's just go down the rabbit hole and theorize what potentially could be happening with AdeptiCon 2020. Now, it starts off saying it's not too late to attend AdeptiCon, something I actually love to do, but it's in the States, so I don't think I'll be going there anytime soon. This year, one of the world's biggest Warhammer events, we will see in the world's biggest Warhammer preview, and you could be one of the lucky few to attend in person. Here are 5 reasons why you can't afford to miss this one. Now, one of the pictures is, of course, well, most of this is all like cartoons and stuff, just to kind of build the hype up, but maybe I'm looking a bit too much into this, because on the stage presentation, it's got AdeptiCon. Of course, that's what it's going to be like, the stage or something like that. And there's some Primaris Marines in banners and stuff. So my mind went to, okay, so Primaris maybe at like the center stage or something. But again, it's probably just a cartoon. It's just artistic license, and it's just me being me as usual. Now it goes on to say more of you will be able to attend this Warhammer preview live than ever before, but that's not half of it. We have so much more cool stuff to show you in this preview that's going to blow full stop your full stop and mind. And you can see like all the art and stuff, so much stuff. There is so much new shiny excitement to cram into this preview, and they've got the so in capitals. You'll have 2 hours of new Warhammer coming at you, so that's 2 hours. That is massive. I've been to one of these previews before at the Warhammer Open Days. What was it called? The big event that's down in was it Birmingham or something like that? And it normally lasts for like half an hour, and the rest is just Q&A and stuff like that. But this is like 2 hours worth of like showing you new stuff. So it is going to be absolutely massive. It says you might want to take notes so you remember it all by the end, and bring snacks. So yeah, it is. It's got to be absolutely so long, so massive. The seminar will include loads of new books and models for Warhammer Age of Sigmar, of course, Warhammer 40,000 fans. There'll also be news for other Warhammer games, including Warhammer Quest, Blackstone Fortress, and Warcry. I would go as far as say there'll be new Necromunda stuff, there'll be new Aerodynamica stuff, Titanica stuff, everything that you can think of when it comes to these specialized games. They're going to go all the way down. And of course, maybe they'll even announce like a new specialist game. That would be really, really cool. I would absolutely love them to announce something like Battlefleet Gothic. I never got to play Battlefleet Gothic when it was like out in its heyday, and I've heard so many cool things about it. The models for it looks amazing. That is something I would like GW to bring back and make it just out there again, so we can all just jump in and purge with huge starships. And then it states it goes beyond the tabletop. It says Warhammer Preview will include updates from Black Library, which it really mentioned just above, because it says loads of new books, and a look at some exciting ways you will be seeing Warhammer on your screen soon. In fact, you'll be the first people in the world outside of the creators to see some of this. So of course, that is probably going to be the Angels of Death, which has been teased now for a while. Maybe it could be like an episode type of one situation where you sit down and watch that episode. Again, I have no idea like how long that would probably be. Let's just say 15 minutes. Let's just be generous. And maybe the other animation that they actually announced a couple of weeks ago, which is the anthology animation, which will basically be all different stuff of Warhammer in animation wise. So maybe we'll actually get to see like a full-on trailer, or again maybe an episode of that. I know a lot of people are really looking at what Warhammer does now with this whole kind of animation / movie / TV kind of stuff. We know Eisenhorn got mentioned, and I know that he's still in pre-production, but maybe they can go on and mention a bit more of that. What's going on with Eisenhorn? Have they cast anyone? Is there like concept art or anything like that? Don't expect like a trailer or something along those lines, because like I stated, it's in pre-production. So if the next stage comes, I think they'll just announce the production of it, and that's probably the concept art and character announcements and casting, probably. Just the general stuff you expect when it gets into production. Also, another big thing about this TV stuff is like how they're actually going to show it. I always get this question asked to me a lot. People keep saying, is it going to be on their YouTube? Are they going to like try and approach Netflix, Amazon TV, Disney? I know they're bringing a streaming service out in March. over in the UK. I think it's already out in the US, if I'm not mistaken. I literally have no idea. If they put it on their YouTube channel, that could be a pretty cool thing to do. That means it's free. But the thing about that is that YouTube videos just get downloaded and stuff, so people can just re-upload it into different places and stuff. Maybe they don't want to do that. Maybe they'll go far as making their own streaming service. I won't put it past them. There's so many bloody streaming services out these days. I've actually lost track of like who's doing who now. So maybe GW are just going to jump on that bandwagon and offer people like a subscription model of like, I don't know, like £5 a month or something, and you get to watch all their animations and all that kind of stuff. But again, I think they kind of need a catalogue to build that up before they go down that road, because it'd be really stupid to pay £5 a month for just like one season or something like that of something. I'd rather just let them build up their catalogue and then sit down one night and watch a bunch of stuff, rather than just paying £5 just to watch one series of something. So maybe that is some food for thought for them. But of course, the big thing, I think for most of us, is what is going to be revealed there. Now, I've spoken about this so many times before. I personally think the whole type of bike thing, like the pixelated image, I actually made a video about this today already, about the so-called chambers of like Primaris and stuff like that, of like what to expect, or like, well, basically my thoughts on what to expect. But I definitely think this is going to be the big next announcement for that. I think by AdeptiCon coming round, the Psychic Awakening will be more on the end trail to like just be finishing, so we'll be wrapping up with the last couple of books. So it's a good time for them now to start announcing what is next for Warhammer 40,000, not only model wise but also in the narrative sense as well. What happens at the end of Psychic Awakening? Okay, it's ended now. What are the consequences of everything that's happened? Because everything more or less has come to a stalemate. I know a lot of people haven't been really impressed with the whole story, so maybe this is a chance for them to take people's feedback and look at the story and say, okay, let's give the fans what they want. Let's make these galaxy-changing type of scenarios. Of course, another thing that's on everyone's lips is the next edition of Warhammer 40,000. Now, when I say next edition, I'm going to say that it's not going to be like a whole brand new edition. Let's just say 9th edition for now. But when I say 9th edition, I don't mean like it's going to be from 7th to 8th, where it was a brand new game. I think this is more or less going to be just like a cheeky 8.5 edition, where the 8th edition rule set will still be in place, but they'll just try and fix certain things. What those certain things are is entirely up to GW. I've heard so many things of different people, like I would like this, you know, like activating turns and stuff, you know, like activating models and stuff, so you're not wiped out by turn one, and you know, just that kind of stuff. There's so much feedback out there. My personal feedback is that I think 8th edition is in a pretty good place at the moment. Yes, it does have some problems, but it doesn't need like a brand new massive core shake-up towards it. Space Marines, where they are at the moment, I think is kind of the direction that GW themselves want to start going in with the armies. It's just that the Space Marines are really the only army that received it, so that's why they're absolutely dominating in the tabletop. Like, everyone is, of course, playing Iron Hands or Imperial Fist at the moment, because those are the two top tier ones on the tabletop. But I would love that same type of love for the Orcs, the Tyranids, the Eldar, Necrons, you name it. You know, bring them up to the kind of Space Marine type of meta that we have at the moment, so everyone can enjoy playing their armies. And when a new edition does come, like with 8th edition, it was massive with 8th edition because you had Primarchs coming back. Now, I'm going to mention Primarchs because it's me. It's Primarch time. So with 8th edition, we had 3 Primarchs that come back. We had Magnus, we had Rebute, and we had Mortarion. Now, if they wanted to shake that up a little bit more and carry on with that trend of bringing big characters back, it doesn't potentially have to be a Primarch, but of course with me, I'm going to stay on the Primarch because I think that is the kind of the biggest shake-up to 40k. Yes, I know if you're an Eldar player, if you're a Tyranid player, if you're a Necron player, you'll massively disagree with me, but I think a Primarch is one of the things that not only really sell well for GW, but it also brings a lot of new features to certain armies. So let's just take, for example, Fulgrim has been hinted at probably the most out of all the demonic Primarchs, especially in the Psychic Awakening books. There's so much stuff about the Illuminator and, you know, Slanesh and stuff in there. So if he was to come back, I think that would be a massive indication that Slaanesh would get some love, like new Noise Marines, hopefully an Emperor's Children type S Codex, like what the Death Guard got, what the Thousand Sons got, and you get a bunch of new rules in there, and not only like Noise Marine new models, but a bunch of models that you'd expect with Slaanesh and Emperor's Children, everything like that, and with, of course, Demon Fulgrim leading it all and smashing away. You could potentially have a new Lucius model. Fabius Bile could probably get a new model. I know Fabius Bile is not really an Emperor's Children anymore. He really dislikes what the Legion has become, but the guy definitely needs a model. Definitely needs a new model, and he does have a massive connection with the Emperor's Children. Again, you can do the same with that with Angron, Berserkers, a brand new demonic Angron model, World Eater Codex, Khorne, everything that goes along with that. So there is potential there to bring the demonic Primarchs back and also introduce a bunch of new models along with them. Of course, flip that on its head, and you can bring a Loyalist Primarch back. There's a bunch of Loyalist Primarchs to bring back. Of course, Rogue Dawn is always the main choice because Dawn lives. But if we're looking at it from more of a narrative sense, you've got Jagatai, you've got the Lion, you've got Rush, you've got Vulcan, you've got Korax and stuff like that. All alive in the lore, all doing what they do. And it just makes sense to give Guilliman a little friend to help him out purge the heretics, because everything is left on his shoulders for now. And also a dynamic of bringing another Loyalist Primarch back with Guilliman as a so-called de facto emperor may cause some tension amongst certain Primarchs, so it'd be nice to see that kind of play out in the lore kind of sense, and see if maybe they go to the north of the Great Rift, and maybe they set up like a kind of Holy Roman Empire where it's divided into the West and East empires and stuff like that. Probably, of course, they'll probably work together. I'm going to say they're not going to like Horus Heresy Mark Point 2. It's just, no one controls me but me kind of situation. That's what I definitely see when a new Loyalist Primarch does come back. But also, there's a love for the Xenos as well. Now, I know that we're about to get Ghazghkull. Saga of the Beast is about to hit. There's still debates whether it's just got to be Ghazghkull. Is Ragnar going to be coming? We're going to get more Orc stuff. There's so much talk at the moment of potential Orcs and stuff, and I really hope it plays out into the Orcs' favour, because I do want more glorious Orc stuff, because I have massive respect for Orcs. I absolutely love them as a Xenos race, but that is not the only Xenos race that need love. You've got Harlequins, you've got Necrons, Tyranids. They deserve the love as well, so I'm hopefully with this next new edition, if that does come to pass, then they actually get the models that they deserve as well. And I know, because people keep saying to me, Valrak, it's just Primaris. It's just Primaris. I know, I understand that. I really, really do. Me as a Primaris fan, I am a happy chappy at the moment. But that doesn't mean that I don't feel sorry for you chaps, because I do. I really want you chaps to receive the kind of love that I've been getting with my range. But the only advice I can offer people is that, first and foremost, GW themselves are a business. They're here to do one thing more than anything else, and that is to make money. And the way they make money is by selling products. And one of the best selling products they have is Space Marines. So that's why you constantly see this bombardment of new Space Marine stuff, because it sells, it makes them money. Just look at the financial stuff over the past years since they've introduced like Space Marines, and of course Age of Sigmar is a massive part of that as well. But it's just something that they do. It's a business. So all I can say is just hold in there, hang tight, and hopefully your day will eventually come. So that's it. That's the article from AdeptiCon. I'm sure there's going to be absolutely massive things revealed that I am really, 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 really looking forward to it. I think it is going to be a massive shake-up in terms of 40k. What that is, I completely have no idea. It's just me being me, speculating, doing what I do best. I would, of course, love to get your thoughts and feedback on the subject. What do you think that potentially is on the cards for Warhammer 40,000? What do you think is on the cards for the specialist games? What kind of specialist game would you like to be announced if they were to do it? What kind of new stuff for specialist games would you like to see when it comes to the 40k stuff? March 25th to 29th is the AdeptiCon date, for those of you who don't know. And of course, what they normally do, they do it on the Thursday, so March the 25th will be the day that they show all this. It's in the US, so it's going to be in the early hours of the morning for me, excuse me. So when that does drop, of course, I'll be making my videos. You'll probably just hear me just not be able to breathe and stuff, just losing my mind. If there's a Primarch that comes back, I swear on the Emperor's throne, I will lose it. I will literally lose my mind. Right, that is me done for another video. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching as always. See you in a bit. Have a good one, and bye-bye.